Good morning, traders. Welcome to the opening bell. I'm Ashley Reeve. It is exactly 9 a.m. It's good to have you and good to be with you. Before we get started, remember the information we'll be discussing in this video is opinion and should not be construed as advice in any way. I'm ready to get going. I hope you are too. If you're here for the very first time, once again, a warm welcome to you. This is the opening bell. We have and running these sessions. It's Mondays to Fridays at 9 a.m. That's what we're doing to give an update, a quick loop around to see what's happening in the market each day. So we can, you obviously be on top of our systems, our trading systems. So let's maybe, really get in on the focus. We know that there's one thing at the moment, oil and inflation. The Middle East situation is obviously still creating a lot of uncertainty, traders. And every time oil starts climbing, let me go to that oil chart. Every time the oil starts climbing, the market immediately starts asking whether inflation is going to stick around a little bit longer. If it does, then obviously we know that the higher rates could stick around for longer as well. On the higher time frames, you can see that fantastic structure has been, printed and developed here with the oil price. I'm looking at a 4-hour time frame now. This is basically driving it. So here we have our low, our high, higher low, and a higher high. So according to this technical structure, we should be seeing a higher high form. When that happens, we're not 100% sure yet. There might be a deeper correction coming here today. It seems like something like that has been set up already on the shorter time frames. We've had a low. If I drop down, you can see there's a low, a lower high, and a lower low. So these two lows here is giving us, an indication that, price could be coming down one more time. And when it does come down here, we could be finding a bit of support here. It all depends on how it plays out. We could be going up and then down. We're going to have to wait and see because the dollar is still holding up. We've had decent job numbers coming out of the US. Businesses are still hiring and the economy isn't showing, major signs of slowing down yet. And because of that, the market is becoming less convinced that the rate cuts are around the corner. So as long as that thinking remains in place, the dollar should continue finding support. All right. Good morning. I see Transfer. Good morning, Sammy. I see you there. A warm welcome, traders. And so let's see what happens with the oil price. Switching to gold now, guys. Looking at that a little bit here. It had a bit of a rough week. This is the hour time frame. You can clearly see that price has really been pressurizing the gold price because of the stronger dollar. And normally when there is uncertainty around the world, money does run into gold. But right now, traders seem more concerned about inflation and those interest rates, and than they are about the safe haven and the buying of it. So gold is finding itself caught between geopolitical tensions and higher rates. And at the moment, the higher rate story seems to be winning at this point. So we've technically found and come to all the levels that we had suggested to all our traders. And so in terms of looking at the technical structure, now that's what I mean by that, all right? We've been doing so many sessions just looking at the structure, and we've been absolutely accurate in the numbers in terms of it reaching certain areas, that 4444. We've reached it now. So let's see what happens. We still have the NFP, and I'll be touching a little bit on that, in a minute or two. But maybe just to, digress a little bit, chatting about the metals and the commodities. Platinum at this point in time, if you look at spot platinum, we have it here available. On the 4-hour and the hourly chart, you can see that there's a bit of, resistance at that support there. Unlike gold, the longer-term story in platinum looks quite interesting. Supply does remain tight with platinum, especially with ongoing challenges around South African production, and the demand hasn't disappeared. So while the short-term picture isn't exciting, meaning we're coming down, you can see it. You can really see it. Look at that. It doesn't look exciting. Many traders are still keeping an eye on the bigger picture, which is for us to possibly find some form of support and then push all the way up. That would be a phenomenal trade, just so you do know. That would be a wonderful trade. And if I do look at it from a much higher time frame perspective, this is, if it does push up from that support, you actually would be catching, platinum at a low, a very, very good low. So if I take my equidistant and I place it there, let me just go to the 4 hours so we can see a little bit more detail. This is what we're looking at. So if we see the platinum actually break above the trend line as well as this white block here, that becomes a beautiful trade, guys. It is fantastic. I see, Sammy, that BTC update, eating in Bitcoin since 2 o'clock this morning. We'll see now. We'll see now. Reshmi, I see you there. Good morning to you. All right, let's see. Let's see. So platinum there, we're seeing a bit of a support coming in. We've had a bit of slippage here this morning. All right, looks like there is a demand. It has obviously kicked in, so we could be pushing up to this area over here today, 1932. Let's see how it goes. If this is something to look forward to, what we must also remember is that the Middle East remains the wild card. Every headline coming out of the region has the potential to move the markets. So the big thing to watch is the oil price. But don't forget, there's silver as well, also currently at a support. All right, we're going to watch and see how this one goes. We are, from a very short-term perspective, that's the structure. If we push into this one and obviously above there, this becomes a beautiful move in the 80s now. All right. And then obviously we cannot forget the palladium, very same as the platinum. They have similar structures. They add a support, and it seems like there could be, something coming out here as well, something short term, back to these levels at 1358. But maybe just to move back on to the N1, the highway there, the BTC and so forth, guys. Remember, Trump continues to push the tariffs and those trade measures. The interpretation is fairly straightforward, all right? And we're seeing that more tariffs can support the local manufacturing, but they can also push those prices higher. And if we see any movement in the U.S. economy, that spills into the others. So, maybe just taking Sammy's comments there into consideration about the Bitcoin from a daily perspective, there is a rejection today. There is a rejection. Now, if you take that into a shorter time frame intraday, price has not given us any indication that we're going to continue rising for the rest of the day. What we will need, however, is for price to start breaking key areas. Okay, and when I say key areas, I'm going to give you this. This is going to be a key zone for us. It's a high 64754. That's 64,754. If Bitcoin breaks above that area there, we could see it rise into the structure over here. So at this point, this is just a correction. All right, Sammy. So just be careful on that one there. If you are, just be careful on it, because that is a correction that came from this low. It's just a rejection. So if we push, create a higher low, and then another higher high, that is a more solid look at Bitcoin here for today. All right. But watch it, guys. Even the stock markets here, they did come down a little bit yesterday. I was looking forward to the German DAX trading in short, but it's disappointed me on that support level, where you can see US30 has actually just, if you really look at it from a support area, it's found a bit of support now. S&P 500 tanked down completely into that white block there that I have. You can see it. So we're expecting price to go up a little bit, but we could come and finish up this move here first. So we need another lower high here. All right. Then obviously from a Nikkei and the AUS 200, that's the Australian Index 200, we've also come down. So we could have another push to the downside before we actually do anything significant there. All right. As far as the major pairs are concerned, guys, the USD JPY is still pushing up. It's paused at this moment in time, though, giving us a little bit of rejection. Euro USD came down, found a bit of support. AUD USD came down, found a bit of support, as well as the GBP USD, as well as the NZD USD. They found a bit of support. Does this mean we're getting a short-term strength? Short-term weakness in the dollar? Because for the week, the dollar has been mighty and it's been strong. So we're going to wait and see what happens today. It's now 9 minutes after 9. Let's give it, at least until 11 a.m. That's when the Tokyo session ends. That's the overlap of the London and Tokyo with the ending there. Let's see how price actually, reacts with the closing. And then later on, because the London is on now, let's see what happens with the US, open, and obviously how that goes. All right. So we'll see how it goes, guys. What a fantastic time to be trading. I hope you guys, have all your accounts sorted out. If you're here for the first time, you don't have one, our website is available there, www.tdmarkets.com. And for the guys that obviously would like to do a little bit more or a little bit better in their risk management. Remember, guys, we have different types of accounts, from a standard account to a mini account, a cent account. They provide you with lower contract size, and that gives you the ability to put some more funds in and actually have a little bit more left in terms of protecting capital. I think that's also important to say from an education standpoint. We cover that in our classes. So you might want to, chat to your account manager, and maybe, there's many guys, they have more than one account. Some have a standard account, some of them have a mini account, some of them have a cent account. So chat to your account manager, see what's available for you there, and then obviously make sure that you do your best to earn and to protect at the same time. We're earning and we're protecting at the same time. All right. But have a good one. Have a fantastic Thursday. There is a trading room at 2 o'clock today, so enjoy it. And then obviously we'll be streaming the NFP tomorrow at 2 o'clock, myself and McCouty. Have a fantastic one, guys. All right. And we'll see you guys soon. Ciao, ciao.